All right, welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's doing okay today. We got a fantasy football draft today. That's our stream. Let's see. Gotta change the. Today's stream is 155. Okay. Well, all right. Wildstorm, good to see you. Let me pull up a screen with the draft. Okay. Jerry and Fletch are both in this league. But hopefully you guys will be able to see some of this. So far, we've gotten through 2 rounds. We're in the 3rd round now. My pick is coming up. Jerry just selected Daniel Jones. This is a QB heavy league. You get to start 2 QBs. So most of the quality QBs are gone. I'm going to need help reading from the chat. My pick, first QB, who do I take? I guess I got to take like Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins. I don't know. Derek Carr? I just got to take Derek Carr. I'm in full uniform tonight. Ken Newton's also in this league. Let's see who else. Then you probably need to pick a wide receiver. Ooh, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, T. Higgins. Let's get some guys. Debo. Anybody have in chat? You guys have any suggestions on sleepers or who to pick? I know if Kevin P. West is here, he'd be choosing some Lions. So, got me a football helmet going on. This is my full uniform. Anybody can guess. Oh, I'm up. I'm coming up to bat. I'm coming up to bat soon. Jimbo, most of the stream doesn't know football, really. Travis Etienne is a good Chris Olave. I need to. Wildstone was 4 when the Colts left town in the middle of the night. They moved from Baltimore to Indianapolis. Is that right? I remember that. I was in Indiana. Let me go in and kind of add all of the. Jerry should jump on stream, don't you think? Jerry should jump on stream. Jerry and Fletch. I mean, they can see my. They can see all my picks if they're watching my stream. But oh, Jerry doesn't want to come on stream. He's too locked into this draft. Who else? Let me see. I want my tight ends. Jeremy Joe, good to see you. So Wildstorm, good to see you. K-pop junkie. Hey K-pop, I got to get back to you on Instagram. We can figure out a date to do the podcast. James Cole, good to see James Cole. Hope you're doing well. Happy belated birthday from last week. I got a little bit of time before my pick. There's 12 teams on the 10th pick, so it's like almost back to back. But then there's a heavy gap because the draft like kind of snakes around. But it is a 2-quarterback league, and all the quality quarterbacks went pretty quickly. So I'm settling on a couple guys. Jimmy G is my next QB. Maybe Brock Purdy. I don't know this Anthony Richardson kid. I'm assuming he's a rookie. I mean, he could be big. Jordan Love is a new QB at Green Bay. I don't know. Somebody already picked Aaron Rodgers, which is like surprising because he's not ranked that high, but he should have a good year. The only question is, do the Jets have a good enough offensive line? Anybody? I'm wearing this football. This is an authentic football jersey. If you can guess where this jersey is from, you are a incredible cinephile. Somebody who watches a lot of movies. This is a movie that I even want this in here. I think I might have worn a similar jersey last year. Jimmy G. I might pick Jimmy G over Brock Purdy. Yes. Oh, Brock Purdy's gone now. So, no, it's close. Just some dude. You're very close. You're very, very close. I mean, it's almost on. There you go. 22 Jump Street. That's when they went to college. So Metro City State was the name of the college in 22 Jump Street. Where's Sean? Sean coming on, or is he waiting till the football draft is over today?
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. What's up, Sean?
Can people hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
So you're doing this thing again once a year,
fantasy
right?
Football draft once a year.
Okay. And this is the entire stream?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, it's covering up. It's gonna. Last year I tried to do it, and At least this year, it's last year I think there was a glitch, so it was really hard to go back and forth. So I think this will probably be for like an hour, and then we're gonna sign off. But we can talk comics. So I'm gonna be doing a store signing in Knoxville, Tennessee, at the end of September on the 27th. Anybody in Knoxville or within proximity of Knoxville?
Are you going there just for the signing?
Just for the store signing, yes.
Wow, so you're flying out there, doing the signing. I mean,
And then flying
how
back.
does that work? Did you offer to go, or they ask you?
The store asked. They've been
Okay.
asking for a couple of years now. And so we figured this might work. They originally wanted to do it last weekend, but Sharon's in town, so I said if you wanted to do it last weekend, then we'd have to. All right, my draft pick's coming up. Sorry, you have to like fly 2 people out. So we decided to do it on the release of issue 2. That way they can sign issue 1 and issue 2. So, all right, my pick. Well, I gotta pick a QB. So you see my QBs left. Anybody objecting to Jimmy G? VZA says draft a kicker. Come on, now, Victor, that's not helping. I'm gonna have to get Jimmy G. Okay. All right. So I got my 2 QBs. The rest is up in the air. Let's see who else we can get. Damian Pierce is a good running back. Johnson, what's new in comic books these days? Did you you guys had a reveal of the new name of the series?
Yes,
Huh?
we did. Yeah, it's called Evermind.
Evermind, like Nevermind.
Yeah, a lot like Nevermind. We had a bunch of different names, but we found out that's too hard for Chinese people to pronounce.
Evermind. So what does Evermind mean? Is that the name of the project? Like, is that in the story? Does Evermind ever come up?
Yeah. This guy's working on immortality by trading in your organic body for an artificial one so that you can continue living forever.
Yeah. So Forevermind.
Yes.
Why not Forevermind? Is that already taken?
No, it's just getting too long. I think it also we were thinking about the term evergreen, but I figure Evermind sounds a little bit cooler.
Evermind. Man, I'm gaining some weight because it was hard putting on this jersey today.
How about that helmet?
That's a real helmet too. It's authentic. This is an authentic Purdue University helmet. All right, okay, I'm coming up. I got a draft in like 2 picks. I think I got Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb. My first 2 picks.
Hey.
Oh, hello, Courtney.
You're gonna save this stream.
This is gonna be an interesting one, huh? I remember this from last year.
Yeah, Fletch drafts before me. Fletch drafted Mark Andrews, and he just took Brandon Ayuk. So I have Damian Pierce available. Oh man!
How long does this take?
About an hour.
This is the stream.
No, okay, I'm gonna go. You're just gonna get annoyed at me.
Should I take Keenan Allen? Oh, Keenan Allen.
Come on, you know your boyfriend's doing the exact same thing, so
yeah, right.
No, he did that last week. He literally went to his buddy's house and they did a live draft pick or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Keenan Allen. Anybody object to Keenan Allen or Debo? Okay,
Debo.
all right. VCA says take Debo Samuels.
Go Debo.
Is he in Star Wars?
I think so.
Debo, yeah. Is that Jerry laughing?
Is it? I don't hear him.
I don't know. I thought I heard Jerry laughing. Pick all Dolphins as Golf Boy Sunday. That's what I did one year, and I failed miserably. And I'm trying to draft Dolphins, but I don't see any available. Waddell's gone, right? Where's Waddell? Waddle. He's gone already. Yeah. So I got a little bit of a ways before my next draft, so now I just got to prepare.
What helmet is that?
This is a Purdue helmet, Purdue University. It's actual game. It's an actual game helmet. See, look, it has all the pads on the inside.
Are you speaking at Purdue again?
I don't know. I should reach out this time. Last time they didn't have. It was too late. So I should reach out and see if this time they want to do it. So this is what they actually wear. They auctioned it off at a with proceeds going to some charity. I got this like 10 years ago or something. This is the old Speed Revolution. This is like the Peyton Manning had this jersey, helmet.
You have shoulder pads on?
No, but the jersey is it's authentic cut jersey. So like the shoulders, they actually leave extra room in the shoulder area because you're gonna have equipment on. So automatically it looks a little like bigger and higher, and it's like double lined in the shoulder pad area. But VZA says Jimmy G was a horrible pick. Well, we'll see. I mean, who else is available as quarterback? Baker Mayfield? I don't take Baker Mayfield. Is Bryce Young? What about Mac Jones? Anybody hot on those guys? I do want to hold up and get. There's also not a lot of bench in Jerry's league. This is Jerry's league. Well, hello guys. You guys have any questions to ask?
Well, are you taking football related ones or comics?
Either comics or football related. Sean?
Do I have questions? Well, I don't know football, so.
Same.
No? Well, what about comics questions then? Hello, Mr. Flowers.
Oh,
did you ever show some artwork?
Did you ever consider going to Baltimore? It's next weekend or this weekend.
No, I can't go. You're going, right, Sean? I mean, you'll see your Jimbo there.
Yeah, I'm going, and then with Carl.
Oh yeah, you guys have a table or a booth?
Yeah, all the booths are corner booths. So.
Ooh.
Did he pay for it or what?
No, I mean he's, when I set up at a show, at that show, it's the corner booth has tables on two sides, and all I have is one portfolio and the pad I'm drawing on.
Oh, so he's basically using your booth.
Yeah, he'll fill it up and make it look like a real operation.
Great.
Oh, this commission, you haven't worked on it
since... This commission,
I
still have the and I even have the pants too. If you notice, like I have like the football pants. It's a full uniform.
Yo, Jimbo wants to know if Jean Grey 1 was all drawn digitally.
It was not.
No.
No.
It was not all drawn. Oh, you can see my crotch.
Key pages were drawn traditionally so they can be sold.
Oh.
Well, a couple pages. I didn't get to draw all the pages I wanted to. So, let's see who else is available. I mean, Dameon Pierce is still available. No,
so
Dameon Pierce is no longer available. Who's making these sounds?
I thought it was you. I thought it was your pads.
Oh, maybe it's me.
What do you
where's
hear?
your bird?
The bird's downstairs.
Oh, you better hope
scared of the helmet.
This is the thinking helmet. You never know when, like, who's that guy in that commercial? Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna select Baker Mayfield. Who? Any objections to Baker Mayfield?
I don't like the sound of his name. He sounds racist.
How about Maker Bayfield?
I like him.
Yeah,
I like him. That sounds better.
He sounds
well, what about
racist.
Sam Howell? How long is Kyler Murray out?
Why is he out?
He was hurt last year with ACL at
I
the
don't
end of
know.
the season.
Weren't some athletes kicked out
Asian-American,
because
fellow Asian-American.
they had like domestic violence and stuff?
He injured his Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, he's only out 4 games? Oh, then I gotta pick him up. Is that right, Victor?
Kyler Murray. Is it Kyler?
Kyler Murray is only out 4 games.
I thought that was like a... Why is there R
Mac
at the end of Kyle?
It says PUP, player unable to perform. So he has to sit out 4 games. There's certain designations that you get when you play on the team. Like there's questionable, there's doubtful, there's player unable to perform, meaning this guy cannot play at all. So he's still on the team. The team gets to keep him on the roster, but he has to sit out at least 4 games before he can play.
I thought it meant that he was like a young, like a baby dog.
Well, if Kyler Murray comes back after 4 weeks, I mean, there's still it's a 13-14 game season now. So because they added it used to be 16. It was a 17 game season now. So the fantasy football is like 14 weeks, right?
I feel like we should make a fantasy football, but like bet on other things, like who's gonna be injured and like who's like other things like that.
You can't do that.
What? Why?
Fun stuff.
You can't bet.
Yeah, fun stuff.
What if do you do that for motorcycle racing too? You're like, oh, that guy's gonna lose a leg.
I mean, obviously. I mean,
okay.
People know how you people race, so yeah. It'd be more interesting that way. Then you'd want them to get hit.
My pick. So, I'm gonna take. I'll take Mac Jones. How about that?
He sounds like a nice young fella.
Mac Jones plays for the New England Patriots. Or Kyler Murray, who's not going to play the first 4 games. Mac Jones. Let's go Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
And then we'll pick up Kyler Murray on the other if he's still around. I don't think Kyler Murray's going to last. Hey, Dr. Midnight, resubbed 19 months. Thank you so much, Dr. Midnight. I mean, Kyler Murray, even if the Arizona Cardinals suck, they're still going to he's still going to be throwing because they're always going to be behind, right? So, actually, that doesn't hurt. It doesn't matter if the team is winning or not. You want a player that gets on the field a lot. All right, okay. Anyway, so these were the original pages. Ooh, this one's already out. This is page.
Last page, right?
No, this is first page to issue 2.
Oh,
the preview's
there
already
a space
out.
shuttle in issue 1?
There was at the last panel, and then the first page of issue 2 picks up. You see, it's a slightly different uniform. I had drawn her initially with a different uniform on. But this was the space shuttle. You know, like in the old days, they had the space shuttle. Cockrum drew this issue, Dave Cockrum. And I guess I didn't really notice it that much, but when you're younger. Let's see if I did X-Men Phoenix.
What about this? Are you talking about the space shuttle that he drew incorrectly, or?
Well, it's It's just a different style, right? I mean, back then too. It's not like right now. I just sat and looked up.
SpaceX.
I just looked up Space Shuttle X-Men, right? So I can pull up all these images.
Are you gonna show us what this guy drew incorrectly?
No, not incorrectly. It was just a different. It's a stylistic kind of thing, right? Phoenix Comic Shuttle.
Kevin
This is after the moon battle.
Asks if you ever won, Bernard.
I've won a couple times, yes. Not in Jerry's League. I think I came in second or third in Jerry's League. But I have won in other leagues. First place, second place, all over. Also finished last, so doesn't goes to show you. Sometimes you can win, sometimes you lose. This is way too big.
This scene you're talking about was this in the movie, the one that stars Sophie's whatever? There was a space shuttle scene. I think Beast is piloting.
Maybe this is when Jean Grey becomes Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right, so here we go.
Oh, psychedelic.
So very psychedelic scene.
Yeah, it's very stylized space shuttle. It's not as sophisticated.
And right, so I'm sure like he's probably limited to resources, whereas here I'm just like looking it up online, and boom, I can instantly pull up.
Right. So most likely he had to stick with what he had in his morgue file, which is just pictures he collected, or go to a library and find an old like Life magazine or something like that.
But part of that is also like being. This is page 2. I think I can show page 2.
No, you can't.
It's issue 2, page 2.
You're gonna get in trouble.
So there's like, I'm trying to get in the actual comic, the X-Men comic. It's a Star Core. That's the name of the, I guess, company that built the shuttle. But I just tried to make it a little bit more authentic to the space shuttle.
Yeah, it's cool. All the stuff that is not people in there. Like when you draw comics, people are part of it, but then there's crazy amount of effects, and I have trouble drawing things that are not real. Like there's like energy effect and water and all that. It's kind of cool, like the way you have like a graphic language for each thing, and you can draw that, and it can just end up looking bad, or like how do you make it look great when there's no reference to build off of? It doesn't exist in real life.
Well, some of it is just I'm just noodling, right? This one is based off of this is an actual scene. Let me see if I can pull this up.
You're always looking for stuff.
I mean, this was the actual scene from the actual comic.
Did you did you kind of trace over it? Because you can do that,
right? No, this is hand drawn.
But a lot of times when like there are crossover bits, someone like the Marvel editor is like, "Oh, you should see what this great living legend artist kind of did off of your artwork," and then I look at it as, in my head, I say, "Oh, they traced it."
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they thought I would be like really impressed that we're sharing a scene. It's like, but they traced it. So, but
That's crazy.
All right, my pick is coming up in 2 picks right now. Okay, who should I pick? Nico Collins, a wide receiver. Let me see. Do I have any good tight ends available? I have 2 tight ends.
Yeah,
Sean, how's your end? Is your end tight?
Yeah, always.
Courtney, how's your ends? How are your ends? Are they burnt?
I think they're all right.
There's a picture of your end in a recent photo set you put up, right? Or is your end?
I don't think my end's there. Is it?
Yeah, you were bent over drawing on some sort of stylus thing.
Oh yeah. I was at the Comic-Con museum.
Oh.
I was wearing my baggy shorts that kind of, I don't know about, because they're like 80s style and they kind of look like a diaper, but that's okay.
All right, looks like I'm picking up a wide receiver here. Anybody have any objection? Hey, Poop Kid, to Nico Collins from the Houston Texans, or Cortland Sutton from Denver Broncos, or Sky Moore?
Young. How old is he? 19? That's a young person.
Nico's not young. He's been in the league a few years.
Oh. Maybe he'll get caught with narcotics. I feel like that's his vibe.
All right. Corny, you're really down on NFL players.
Cortland Sutton has 2 last names, so don't pick anyone with 2 last names.
No? Maybe I should.
See? That's a good point.
Adam Thielen. I'll pick up Adam Thielen. But I need to get a good tight end now, I think. But I'm gunning for Dalton Schultz, former Cowboy, now with the Houston Texans.
I've also met athletes, and they're not the brightest. So maybe I am. Maybe I'm a hater. Yeah, they're not.
So, well, this one. Let me try to find this scene. Does anybody have this scene? Can anybody find this scene where Jean Grey and Scott Summers go at it inside of the shuttle?
Go Yojimbo. Look at the size
is
of your
Wolverine in the back crying? Because I love that one. He's looking all sad.
Sorry, well, look at the size of the what?
Your gutters. It's kind of cool that they're super thin, but is that like way thinner than they normally are, right?
Yeah, and then when I ink them, it's just one solid line.
Oh, it's a black line.
Yeah, there's no white space in between. So I was just looking at another comic, one that made like $3.8 million, and like the gutter space.
You were inspired by that? Okay, wow. Okay.
No, not inspired. I'm just saying I was looking at that comic recently, and that the gutter space in that comic is like almost the size of my panels.
Did you purchase that?
Yeah, that's I did wide gutter, like 1/4-inch wide gutters, and it makes your comic look old. And when sometimes I put too much in my panels, and someone said like, yeah, his gutters are too wide, and I think the combination too packed and wide gutters is bad.
Sorry, Sean, I didn't understand what you're saying.
Oh,
I just wanted to make an announcement. I'm taking a Kevin P. West Detroit Lion pick, Sam Laporta. This is based off of Kevin P. West drafting a Lion for him. All right, sorry, go ahead. You were saying?
Oh, wider panel borders look old, and if you look at the Marvel paper, they have guidelines there of how they're supposed to be. You cannot use them because that paper was designed in the 70s.
Yeah, it's like 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah, it's bad.
Right, or 1/2 centimeter. It's like way too wide because, like, so any comic book that has like really wide gutters, to me, just reeks old right away.
Yeah, that artist's like 60 or 70 years old.
Like if you see, like, already we're trying to get out of the 3-tier, right? This is only like 2 tiers. This is another one. This one was a pencil page. So you guys can see kind of like the rough layout going to, actually, this is the rough pencils on the back. Do a lot of drawing. You draw like Cyclops' whole face underneath his mask. Here, these are just trying to get perspective lines. Inside the shuttle.
Here's an interesting question for you. What is the ratio of the number of times you draw a head or a scene from below versus from above?
I think I probably draw a lot more from below, just because of the heightened dynamic aspect of it.
I think that's the right choice. It should be like 3-1 because it's always more dramatic from below.
So that when you do a shot from above, and the guy's like the head's tilted, but then maybe lifted up, it has a little bit more of a impact, right? So I try not to do too many head on, like dead on. There's always like a slight tilt.
I was wondering maybe if you drew this because that's your vantage point because you're short.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, like Chris Cross always seemed to draw like scenes from above.
No, I don't think so. I think it's more about just the heightened dramatization. I mean, it's a good point, right? It's a good point because vantage point of where you are as a storyteller. But then I think it's still more like architecture, where if you're looking up at something, it gives it a little bit more height, right? Like government buildings, courthouses, libraries, museums, they're all up on a set of stairs. And then, so when you immediately look up at something, it gives it a little bit greater sense of importance. And when you're looking up at it, you're also looking at and you see the ceiling because you're looking up. Whereas opposed to you're looking at a drawing of the same place, when it's an actual architectural drawing, it's flat and it's dead on. It doesn't have that sense of importance.
That's a diagram.
But I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I was joking about the vantage point. That's your viewpoint, but it is definitely way more dramatic. But it's also way harder. So people, if they opt not to do it, it's because it makes everything so much harder because you're drawing the face from below. And I think drawing from above is a lot easier.
From looking up, looking down, right?
Yeah, looking down on things, there are overlaps that cover up in body parts that intersect in difficult ways.
So this scene here is again, how's your Jimbo doing, by the way? You're gonna see your Jimbo this weekend.
Oh yeah.
This is the same scene in the past where Jean Grey comes out of the Jamaica Bay, transformed as the Phoenix, except in this version, Wolverine is now transformed as the Phoenix.
Oh wow. So what the hell is Alkali Lake?
Cali?
I mean, isn't that where Phoenix? Oh, that's where Wolverine came out of. I thought maybe that has something to do with Jean Grey.
Yeah, so that's actually this is the scene where it homages. I mean, it's the similar story beat where in the past Jean Grey would come out of the water. Let's see if I have that. I think my pick is coming up soon. So if we look at that, right, there's a shot of her coming out of the water. Now that's the cover. The actual scene from the comic is a little bit. I think it should have been a full-page splash, but it wasn't. Let me see if it's like a one in like 4 or 5 panels, 3 panels. This was the actual page right here. See that?
Big hair, don't care.
This helmet is tight, squeezing my.
So you said the jersey tight.
The jersey and the helmet, they're both tight. The jersey's holding on for dear life.
Whose helmet and jersey is it?
Well, the helmet is Purdue University.
Yeah, but
Boilermakers.
someone's, or did you just buy it?
Some kid. I just bought the whole uniform set. They auctioned off a whole uniform. Every player, they you could buy it, after the game. All right, my pick is coming up. Hold on a second.
After the game, you can buy it?
This was a couple years ago. There was like all right, I didn't feel it. It's a no-brainer. Oh, somebody picked up, somebody drafted Kyler Murray.
No.
Who picked up Kyler Murray?
That Wolverine looks like it's very hard to draw because there's some cloth, some skin, and it looks like some bones.
Yeah, so like partially like his rib cage is exposed. I actually like the pencil drawing. Like some of these faces, I don't know what it is about the pencil, but I think the pencil drawing is better than the inked version.
Well, that's always the case. That's always the case. But I think you're only looking at what has gotten worse in the inks, but you don't look at what's gotten better. And the fact that it's in black line rather than sketchy pencil, it's a huge improvement. So you gain a lot, but you're only focused on what you lose, and what you lose is what everyone seems to lose in pencil, except for John Romita Jr., who only draws things once, because the second time he claims it kills it. But I think the secret to drawing comics well is to find a way to make the finished ink as lively as the initial drawing, and it's possible, but it's a tremendous fight, and some things you just can't. It's going to inevitably look worse, but that's comics.
Oh, the actual pages are here from issue 1. How do we get to this? Oops, I'm not supposed to see that. All right, my next pick is coming up. I think I'm going to take Young Ho Koo.
Excuse me? What'd you call me?
Young Ho.
Some young guy.
Young Ho Koo. I think I'm going to take Young Ho Koo. Nico Collins is still available. But I know this league, someone's going to want to take Young Ho Koo. I mean, I could take the Miami kicker. But
are you guys just taking Asian players to take Asian players?
Yes.
That sounds like Bernard.
Yeah. I think I'll take Nico Collins. Let's draft. I need to get booster my wide receiver core. Right? What bias? He's on 7. Okay. Or no, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. We gotta go with our boy here, Young Ho Koo. All right, there we go. Let me pull up the pages from issue 1 as Yojimbo requested. So, Sean, have you been watching? There's this other former colleague of ours that has a very popular YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a lot of reviews lately. But the comics that he's been reviewing, they're from like a few years ago. Only, I mean, the intent is to like show how horrible the comic book industry is. These were pages. These were versions of a page from issue 1. I had drawn these page. I had drawn this particular page. The first page of. It would help if I had a comic with me, right? I can show you guys.
Probably.
The actual page.
Yeah, it looks like your former style. I think you used to do a lot of thick and varied lines. Then you went really, really, really super thin line. Yeah. And now it looks like you're going back to the beefier line.
Well, I think it's just maybe the pen from the Procreate. I wasn't happy with this one. Right, I had started this. Actually, this wasn't the first version. This was the first. This was the first version. So it's panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, panel 4 with an overlapping Magneto. The previous story is the X-Men is flying or going to the George Washington Bridge, and Magneto is there, holding up traffic, terrorizing the citizens of New York. So the first panel, I had to show Magneto upending some of the bridge connectors. So I don't know what those called. The things that connect the bridge. And also, he uses them later on to wrap around. It ends up wrapping around Cyclops. So to kind of like, kidnap them or restrain them, right? But I also needed to show in the background cars, because I wanted to, you have a bridge, right? And you understand that there's cars, but I still felt it important to have a slight single shot to see that there are people in the cars on the bridge. Otherwise, who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, it shows the stakes, right?
Yeah, you gotta show the stakes. You gotta show like, okay, Magneto means business. So, this a little bit over. Looks like people are drafting defenses now. And then the third panel is reverse shot. Reverse shot, we see the X-Men from Magneto's vantage point, and the Warriors have now gone and subdued the X-Men. So from this sketch, and part of that is I had drawn the bottom of the feet. Like you'll see the main difference in a lot of these sketches, with these variations, were the legs of Magneto. So here I was showing a little bit of the bottom of the feet, so you can kind of see like where he's a little bit above again. Short man syndrome, as Sean would put it. Looking up at Magneto. But what I felt was that overall, after I inked it, it's a little stiff. The drawing looked a little stiff. It's drawn in proportion, but it was just a little. It's like he's just like, hello, I'm Magneto. Right? You get that?
I think it's just because it's more dead on though too.
Yeah, it's like right dead on. So, so after I inked it, I finished it. I started inking the figure. The figure is pretty much done, except for this arm and then the cape.
So that's being given away, right?
Well, I don't like it. I don't know. I'm selling this.
I'm taking it.
So then I did another version. This one, I think I liked a little bit better. It's a little bit more upshot on the torso.
Yeah.
Again, in the pencils, there's a lot more energy in the pencils.
Yeah, it's like very Tommy Lee Edward looking face.
And so this one, again, the legs are different. Now the legs bring one leg forward, one leg back.
Yeah, asymmetry. There you go, and engage depth.
But still, it still felt a little stiff.
Wow, so
the chest area is a little bit better.
drew it again.
Oh my god.
Right, so this is the second time.
Giveaway number 2.
Inked it, I didn't like it. Right? Then I drew it one more time. This one, 2 legs. This one, his head is a little bit down. A little bit more sunken into the chest. Oh, my pick.
There you go. Third time's a charm. Very Gerard Butler and Spartan.
Oh, it does.
Look.
It does. That's what this reminds me of.
All right, Nico Collins is still available, so let's
He's gonna kick someone into a hole.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. His head's a little big for like his body, though.
He's got a helmet.
So with wider shoulders.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is like in reality, like if someone's wearing a helmet, especially if there's any kind of protective layering in the helmet, it's gonna make the head look big. But in comics, you draw the helmet almost as if it's the skin of the skull.
True.
So it makes the body look bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I mean, overall, I think the figure is a little bit more on point.
Gerard
but then at that
Butler.
point, I also felt like it's still so dead on. So.
You drew it a fourth time.
Gee.
So the last time I just ended up drawing it digitally. Because I'm like, fuck it. I just ran out of time.
There you go. There's the power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like most artists would have given up after the first or second try, but you just keep going until it's right, even though you're up against a hard deadline.
Do the best you can. This one is page 23. This is Jean Grey. Solemn moment, realizing her futility and trying to do the right thing. Comes to a little bit of realization. Then the inner fire, even the eyeball open, and then boom.
Yeah, I noticed in this book you're doing a lot of like face and shadow type thing, like the shadow cuts half the face off. I never think to do that, but it's very dramatic and it has a lot of meaning.
Yeah, I'm trying to punch that, move, do a little bit more shadow play. Running back. Raheem Mostert or Tyler Algieri? Raheem Mostert, Raheem Mostert or Tyler Algieri?
I can't pronounce them. I'm not picking them.
Anybody in chat? I got like 50 seconds left. Golf Boy Sunday says trust.
Oh, trust the part of the bridge that you're talking about is called trust.
Mostert. All right, I'm going with Tony, picking up my boy Raheem Mostert from Purdue University. All right, everybody says Mozart. There we go.
Mozart.
Okay, back to the. So, pencil. Like here in the pencils, that's the eyeball. When it's inked, it's a little bit bigger. Sean, how do you like to draw eyes?
Do I like to?
There's always this fatty part. Right here, yes. Like this fatty part in the eyelid.
Yes, it's called the agiasal.
Yeah. I always find that, like, a lot of times, in the beginning when I was first starting, I would just draw the eye, right? Like a line. But as you begin to draw more and more, you realize that, the skin is actually pretty thick. And the eyeball, it's like the eyelid is pretty thick. It's usually pretty fatty.
Right. Well, here's the paradox, though. You put that there and it can make them look old, but you put that there and it can make them look even younger.
Yeah. So how simplified do you like to do? Here's the other question, Sean. It's like in Courtney, when you draw, what about the eyelashes, right? Do you like to draw them separately, like separate eyelashes, or do you like to consolidate them all into a shape? Like Adam Hughes has this, has these amazing eyes, but I think a lot of times they're all like one glop.
Well, realistically, like when I put mascara on for females, I feel like that might be two things. For females, I think it's more gloppy or, put in clumps, because that's kind of what actually happens. And then for men, it's probably more feathery and like more single and thinner to not make them look so feminine, even though so many men have much better eyelashes than I do, and it makes me cry. But that's probably how I would do it.
Well,
but
When you draw that big black eyelash area, what you're drawing is 3 different things on a woman's face. And when you stylize things in comics, it's obviously the eyelash itself, which are the hairs. It's also the shadow that the lid casts on the eyeball. And it's also that black makeup that they put underneath the epicampic fold. So there's 3 different things. So you're drawing 3 things with that black line. And a lot of people think it's just the eyelashes, and it feels wrong, so they don't make it big enough. Oh, it's colored dark.
Pretty dark. It's at night. Here's the other thing too. Is like there's a little bit of acting going on where she's like as she's saying something, or as she's thinking something.
Oh, thought balloons. So, I didn't know they had those anymore.
I guess they do. Yeah.
Do you think that's because it's Weezy Simonson, or because do they do thought balloons in comics?
I don't know. Does Marvel have a thing on? I mean, you worked at Marvel longer than me. Does Marvel has a thing with thought balloons? Or
I think because most people kind of learn their writing craft by watching a lot of movies. They don't exist in movies, so I think they kind of forget to use them in comics.
I mean, okay. So what else? This is my favorite page. This page sold already. I have to mail this out this week. This is my homage to the.
So that one sold. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Making money.
Homage to the great Walter Simonson, who is his husband. This is from the X-Men Teen Titans crossover. Showed this last week. Then the last one is the first page. This was the first page. This was actually shown this way. So upside down.
Oh, wow. Upside down.
Oh, okay. Let me pick somebody. How come nobody picked Tyler Algieri? Wasn't he really good last year?
All that hair is giving me PTSD. It's not easy to draw hair.
Miami defense is not available.
I think hair is pretty easy.
Well, I guess if it's kind of flowing like that, then kind of anything goes. But then if you're trying to draw like styled hair or idealized women's hair, it's like, oh my God, how does that look? Give me the photo reference.
It's definitely one of those things where if you do it yourself or you have it yourself, maybe it's easier to do. So that's why I try to make men more manly because they'll probably come out more with feminine features because you draw what you know. So, and apparently I just date really feminine guys.
Part of this this page initially was, I wanted to. It's the start of the Forrester miniseries, and the story was that Jean Grey wakes up in the white hot room. She had just been killed at the Hellfire Gala, and now she's awakened. And so I wanted to kind of open up with kind of a what is the word?
Disembodied.
Disembodied kind of feel where she's like upside down. Her hair is like flowing all over the place. She's kind of in this trance mood. All right, last pick.
You're talking about out of body experience.
Out of body experience, kind of. I need to pick a defense. So, Green Bay, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Baltimore, New Orleans. Which one? Which one, guys? Green Bay?
Baltimore.
Green Bay. Anybody have Green Bay, Cincinnati?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? Baltimore always traditionally has a good defense.
Yeah, I believe in them.
Cincinnati says Tony or Baltimore. Kevin P.U.S. says both of them. Well, what about Green Bay is ranked higher? Baltimore, all right, Baltimore is the last, or their bye is week 13, so let's go Baltimore.
Oh, Simpleman has a question about the script, Louis Simonson's script that's based on a rumor.
What's the question?
Can you see it? I can't read it because it's off my screen, but it sounds like an important question.
Oh, wait.
I saw the other day that Louis Simonson had to rewrite the script to fit Rob Liefeld's redraws. Bernard, can you confirm? You mean well, that's from when Rob Liefeld was drawing New Mutants, right? When Louis was drawing it.
He worked with Louis Simonson.
Rob Liefeld, yeah.
Yeah.
And he ended up, I think, the rumor was that Rob Liefeld ended up redrawing the entire book, completely different than what she wrote, including new characters and new villains and new side characters and new things. So eventually, it wasn't even what she wrote to begin with. So, and then after that part, he just ended up writing and drawing the series.
Oh wow, that's how you do it.
That's pulling rank. I mean, that's a lot of balls on somebody to do that.
No, this is like a grand dam
20 years old.
Comics too. I mean, it's a elderly woman, and he's like, move aside.
Oh, Louise, this is 30 years ago. So Louise, I mean, not an elderly woman back then.
30 years ago. Okay.
30 years ago. This is when Rob Liefeld, before Pre-Image.
Oh, okay.
This is Rob Liefeld pre-X-Force. I think I'm correct, right? So this is Yojimbo can. I think this is pre-X-Force, so pre-Image. So this is before we were even in the industry, Sean. This was when we were still innocent. Before Steve Mazarski took us in the back room and took our innocence. So I think that was the rumor. I don't know firsthand. I think I watched something like that a story about that on a YouTube channel somewhere. So when Luis went to complain at the time to the editor-in-chief or the X-Men editor, because the books were selling so well, they were just like, well, just kind of let's just roll with it.
Wow.
This was a whole thing. I haven't read much X-Men once after college. And so this whole segment of the X-Men where they're like the young X-Men, they had this all new, do you know this, this set of uniform? Where they all have this weird uniform. It's almost very Power Ranger-y.
Cool.
I didn't know any of this. And she had short hair like Jean Grey. And it was like a teenager Jean Grey. So, yeah, so that's how I think Yojimbo's got it. That's pretty much my understanding of the situation, of what happened. I think it certainly didn't leave a good taste in anybody's mouth.
So he's pulling rank as a very young man, right? I mean, he wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean, he has some balls. I mean, Liefeld has some balls on him, right?
But the thing is, the sales supported him, so.
Well, again, I think the whole industry at that time was really skyrocketing, and then his style was just so different than anything else that was kind of out there. Whatever gripes people might have with him about drawing certain features of the body, those are the same gripes you can say about any kind of artist, especially at that age. And but his book sold. So
reinforcing bad behavior.
That's true.
On one hand, it's kind of shitty. It's a little unprofessional. On the other hand, he took a shot, took a swing. So, depending on which way you look at it, I mean, it is very unprofessional. I tend to like to work with everybody on the team. Sometimes I get rejected, but what can you do? That's life.
But that's the thing, working in American comic books, it's not your comic book. You're working with the team, and you can't really do that. You might as well just do your own.
Yeah.
Or at least pitch something so you don't like do that. But it was in the height of the popularity, so I think either way it would have probably sold pretty well.
John, do these pages in New York City feel like New York City?
Yeah, I think so.
Here I have, they're kind of in this loft, like this office building.
Cool space. Yeah.
It's very like stylish. The building itself, I thought, should have X's on it, as trusses, because they already have that here in certain buildings. And it's also a great framing mechanism. Although it's just a V, but from the outside. Sorry. So when we get to here, this is like you get to see the city. There's a double X up top.
Oh yeah, that's the J. Peterman building from Seinfeld.
This is the no. Oh, it is. Well, I just made it up, kind of. This was Joe's Cafe, just made like a corner, little theater. So it's like kind of a new building set in almost the older neighborhood. And then with traffic, did you ever have this where after I drew this, like right before the book went to ship or went to the printers, I got an email from like legal, like, what is this license plate? What is this sign? Is this, and I'm like, well, the license plate says AZ AZ2917. And I think 917, I just thought, oh, that's the area code for New York cell phones, right? And I forgot what AZ2 stood for.
They got to be careful because there's been a lot of that stuff getting through, and you can't trust the artists. They're trying to sneak messages in. I snuck a message in an old issue of Wolverine, but it's heavily coded, and no one's figured it out to this day. So.
Ooh, what is it? I want to know.
I forgot where it was, but we can show it one day. But I think most people can't break that code. So
even like here in this News 4, like just it's kind of cool. Like the 4 kind of goes into the W and the S. But again, I'm just drawing this like as I'm drawing it, I'm feeling. I know this is a news van in the background, right? This is Trish. What's her name? She's a reporter,
right?
And then in the foreground is an old school camera. I had to reaffirm that she was news, and then she has like a little press badge, like a lanyard. So I just came up with this 4 going into the W. And then again, they're like, oh, is this a logo from some other company? And I was like, no, it's just, So things do get fairly scrutinized.
It's because of that. There was some artists that hit some anti-Semitic stuff in the backgrounds, and it caused a lot of trouble.
Not talking about football.
Look, it's
Jerry,
your draft.
You done with the draft? This one here, on this page here, where Iceman is like forming crystal ice cubes into the drinks, and in the foreground I had a can to kind of show that that there's how did he get the soda in the can that's already in there. But I had put Wheezy Cola. But then they made me take it out because the Wheezy script looked too similar to the Coca-Cola.
Oh God,
script.
So much of that now.
So this reminds me. I think I put it in again in another issue, so I might have to take it out. So a lot of this stuff, like even newspapers, these are all like fake things. Can't really read any of that stuff.
Well, they should have a problem. They should actually go to legal and wonder whether the clink and the tink actually mean anything derogatory.
They wouldn't do that.
Clink, 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 clink.
What's wrong with clink?
Oh, I don't know. That's what legal has to figure out, whether it's...
Yeah, I was saying earlier, Jerry, like there's a couple scenes in here where... I was going to put Spruce Ridge.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
Sean's old place.
Yeah.
But like on this street scene here, Jerry, there's a car with that license plate. They're like, what is that license plate? I'm like, wow. So how did the draft go, Jerry?
Well, I got Justin Jefferson and Bijan Robinson, so I'm pretty happy.
You're pretty happy, really? I got a really good running back team, but this league is geared towards quarterbacks and wide receivers.
You got Olave, which annoyed me. And I wanted Sky Moore.
Yeah. I picked quarterback right away.
Oh, Fletch is here.
What up?
He did what to quarterback?
Here's an Easter egg that I threw in. You see this scene here. I put in Dazzler World Tour. On this
yeah,
page.
I remember that. I saw that.
And then that's a direct link to Children of the Atom.
Oh.
Because Dazzler had a world tour in Children of the Atom. But the Dazzler and the Children of the Atom was down at Webster Hall. Whereas this is more like, I think, probably, I was thinking West Side, Midtown, West Side, Theater District, 42nd Street. A little sleazy, but maybe not.
West Side?
Fletch, how was your draft, Fletch?
Terrible.
You want to see the teams? Let's see the teams.
Yeah, I panicked, picked two quarterbacks right away because having the 11th pick of the draft, all the great quarterbacks are already gone.
Right.
So.
All right, let me see. Club Super Contact. That's the name of the league, Club Super Contact.
If anyone wants to find that hidden message that I hid in an old issue, Wolverine, I don't know which issue it is, but it's a close-up of a gun barrel, and there's a serial number on the gun barrel, and there's a hidden message in there.
Is it too good to be forgotten?
I wasn't the happiest person with Marvel at the time, so.
Ooh.
But it's in code, so you won't be able to figure it out.
This is week 1. I'm playing Jerry's team, Dingle Jerry's, and let's see. Jerry's predicted to beat me by 6 points, almost 7. Daniel Jones, George Jefferson, Tyler McLaurin, Malcolm Brown, B. Robinson. I think, where are you? Okay, you're only beating me by George Jefferson. Who's Jay Jefferson? Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, Justin, come on, man.
Yeah, that's the 10 points right there. That's the 10-point difference. That's the only one where you're beating me, kind of. I mean, my running backs are far superior. And then Baltimore. Look at that, oh, you picked the Jets defense, of course. Did you pick up who got Aaron Rodgers?
Fletch did.
Oh yeah. Fletch, you're watching too much Hard Knocks.
Like you said, the 11th pick and then the 13th pick, I panicked. Or 14th pick.
Let's see the bench players. Let's see how well the rest of the draft went. Damian Pierce, okay, that's not bad. I don't know any of these other guys. Sam Howell, a QB. I almost picked up Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's on the PUP list, so he's not going to be available till 4.
4 games, yeah, but he still had like 3/4 of the season to play.
Well, they're actually talking about him not playing at all this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, because if he's no good, then it's not that big of a deal. Oops, you guys
I
can
told
see
you. I was right. No Kyler. That's right.
So I have 2 backup QBs, Baker Mayfield and Mac Jones. All very comparable. We'll see. You know, I have a feeling like one of those guys are going to go off each week, but it'd just be the week when they're on the bench. What is Fletcher's team? Fletch for fantasy. Fletch, why haven't you picked a new team name yet? Why Fletch for fantasy?
Because I like it. It's my signature.
Tua Tagovailoa. I wanted Tua, but he was gone early. And Aaron Rodgers. Who was your first pick? Tua or Aaron?
Tua.
Tua? Damn. Kind of a reach.
And he was the best one available.
Yeah.
I was actually.
Let's see.
I was actually.
Who's this? Huh? You were actually what?
I was thinking about Daniel Jones, but I went with the potential. You got Tyreek Hill and Allen. You know, one of the big receivers over there.
There's a guy in my other league. His name is Purdy something. His team's name is Purdy something. So I drafted Brock Purdy before he could get him. I mean, you can't name your team after a player, not draft him early.
Yeah, and I drafted Aaron Rodgers, my second pick, because I knew that Jerry wanted him.
Fletch, you don't have any backup QBs.
Aaron's my backup.
No, but you start 2 QBs in this league.
No, you start one, and the other one is a QB
Flex, yeah.
and wide receiver.
Yeah, it's a flex, but you're basically starting 2 QBs.
Right, yeah. That's all right.
All right. You want to trade for Tua?
Both your backup?
number one overall pick. I got Garoppolo. Derek Carr and Garoppolo. Jimmy G, baby.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I just wanted to say what's up to everyone. But
You just got
Omega
here.
Red is up for tomorrow.
Oh, shit, that's right. Okay.
I drew it.
All right, let's get out of here. Did you draw it? Do you want to show it, Courtney?
I don't have it on me at the moment.
Okay. Let's get out of here. An hour and a half of fantasy football is more than enough for one night. Let's give away a copy of Jean Grey #1.
I want it.
Signed copy. Sean, you want to text me a number between 1 and 100?
Okay.
Yeah,
Open
Sean,
to
you wanna
everybody in
text us
chat
the number?
tonight. Thank you for watching. Let's give away a copy of Jean Grey #1. I can get this jersey off of me. It's almost about to burst. Let me do a little remark on the Jean Grey. Look at this. I have this remark down to a T now. You get a 3/4. Sean just texted me a number. Chat, give me a number between 1 and 100. You get this nice remark. What do you think of this remark? Simple, right? I think that's me. Superior Court All right, and it's open to anybody in chat. Type in a number between 1 and 100. So look here. Let me see who else is here tonight. I hope Victor's doing well. Mr. Flowers. Saw Poop Kid. D. Rogers here today. Why does Kevin P. West have I ever won? That's not a lot of faith. I mean, fantasy football, if you play long enough, you're bound to win. Right? You're going to get lucky one in every, 30 years. Thank you, Yojimbo. Sean, anything else you want to add before we leave?
My Kickstarter probably launches mid-September, maybe on the 19th. We're shooting for. The book has changed its name from Genesis to Evermind, so keep that in mind.
Evermind?
Yes. And you can go to a link in my bio of Instagram and sign up for the reminder. That's not really buying anything; you're just getting a reminder when the Kickstarter drops.
That's the most important thing. I think I'll encourage everybody to sign up for the reminder on the Kickstarter.
It does help me a lot. Even you don't have to buy, but it helps.
Yeah, you don't have to buy.
Yeah, it moves it up the Kickstarter. It makes it one of those projects we love type thing. If it has a lot of people signing up.
Oh,
You're learning a hack here. This is a Kickstarter hack. Get that pre-sale list up, and the Kickstarter algorithm will put you up. Sean, what are the over/under for another name change on the comic?
We'll see who sues us next.
What was the name of the X-Men before it came out? Was it another name? Was there another comic book that had a different name because a lot of movies have fake names when they're in production, so it throws off people.
Yeah, that one of the worst case scenarios, I think, John Carter of Mars, changed his name because I think when you put Mars in the title, people think it sounds like too science fiction-y.
Yeah.
So they call it John Carter.
Oh. You mean from Rush Hour?
Yeah, I mean, would you see a movie called John Carter?
Oh. I guess that's it for the guessing. So let's Lurky Lurk. Are you here? Can we lock it up? Lurky Lurk. Mars Candy. I predict one more name change.
Oh, damn.
It better not be.
Well, okay, here's another thing. Will the name change before the book comes out, or will the book come out before the name changes? Gen 13. Yojimbo says you should call it Gen 13. Why don't you call it 31 Gen? Or 13 Gen?
Actually, the girl in the story, her name is Jen.
Oh.
Spelled that way, Gen.
Why didn't you call her Jen and Bobo? The Jen and Bobo show. If you called it Sketch Fighters, I would have let you guys have it. I wouldn't for you. Okay, Sean, what was the number?
Oh, I'm not even sure, but I think
win today.
I think Agnes Slam won again.
73.
Good.
73. Whoa,
Oh,
Agnes
good.
Lamb, 72. So Agnes Lamb, 72. Okay, that saves me on shipping, because I still have the book from last week, right?
People think that Agnes Lamb is right here next to me.
She got your luck though, so
congratulations, Agnes. The number was 73.
We are going to Vegas, girl. That's what we doing.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I do not know Agnes Lamb, and I'm not sure why she guesses the number.
I'm gonna give Agnes some money to go buy some lottery scratch-off cards.
You should.
She has the Sean Chen luck. Courtney, anything to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, Evermind Comics.
Hell yeah.
Sign up on Sean Chen's link in bio. You get on that, people? I gotta do it myself.
Metro City State. Anybody want one of these jerseys? I might sell these jerseys. They're like authentic jerseys. They got like
You have
nameplates
so
on the
many
back.
jerseys. That's the thing you
Nameplates on the
collect,
back.
right? You collect sports apparel.
Yeah, I collect authentic jerseys. I like makes me feel like I'm on a team, you know, without having to put in any of the work. I just have to buy the jersey and wear it. I'm like, all right, I'm on a team.
He likes it used because it still smells like that.
Oh yeah, of course, never washed. So
Yeah.
let's rate somebody. Who should we rate? Anybody have suggestions on who to rate? Amarath, Trump or Biden 2024? Shintaki. Shintaki's playing a game. Cody Shibi. Vaer. Anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody have suggestions on who to rate? Somebody new that's drawing. Cody. Dr. Minette says, let's rate Cody. All right, let's rate Cody. That's the first guy to get in chat. Rating, gearing up the rating, the engine. Right now. See you guys later. Happy holidays. See you next. Ooh. I think
What was that?
was Courtney.
Courtney.
That was Courtney. I think that was Fletch jumping back in. That was ecstatic. All right. See you guys.
Everybody.
Happy
Wait,
holidays.
Fletch, you still there? Fletch,
Yeah.
you still there?
That
Oh
was
shit,
Fletch.
Fletch, you got any last words, Fletch?
No, I'm just prepping for New York Comic Con and stuff happening later in the year.
Okay. All right, Fletch.
All right.
Peace out. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Did we raid?
Yes.
We raided.
Maybe.